the true glue guy who helped the Heatless era win. What if I told you the most important player during Miami's championship runs never averaged more than 9 points a game?
Tonight, Udonis joins his rightful and earned place on the Miami Heat's forever team. He will be the 6th number retired. All you'll have to do forever is look up to the rafters to remember and appreciate. Udonis, you did it, brother. You did it.
When you think of a Heatless reign of terror, your mind jumps to LeBron's dominance, Wade's clutch gene, and Bosh's perfectly timed blocks. They got the headlines, the highlights, the hardware. But while the big three were stacking rings, one man was holding the whole thing together, without flash, without fanfare. He didn't chase stats, he chased wins, and he kept the Heat hot. His name? Udonis Haslem. The man who bled Heat red before Heat culture had a hashtag and kept the stars grounded while they reached for greatness. This is the story of a 6'8" enforcer from Miami who became the invisible force behind the most talented and most volatile team of the 2010s. Before he was the heartbeat of the Heat locker room, before the rings, the war stories, and the OG status, Udonis Haslem was just a gritty kid from Miami with everything to prove. He grew up in the 305, so the Heat wasn't just a team to him, it was home. He played high school ball at Miami Senior High and helped lead them to state titles. Then it was off to the University of Florida, where he was too short for a big, too slow for a wing, and apparently too heavy for the NBA. So what happened? He went undrafted in 2002. No calls, no guarantees, no summer league invites, just rejection, front and center. While his peers signed rookie contracts and posed for photos, Haslem packed his bags for Chalon-sur-Saône, France, a place most Americans couldn't even pronounce, let alone find on a map. He was grinding in basketball purgatory, watching lesser players live his dream on SportsCenter highlights. But that snub, it became rocket fuel. UD didn't get bitter, he got built, dropped 50 pounds, transformed his body, tightened his game, and when he came back for everything. Then came the moment. Pat Riley saw what 29 other teams missed. The Heat brought him home in 2003. From the jump, UD made it count. As a rookie, he gave Miami 7.3 points, 6.3 boards, and a whole lot of headaches for anyone trying to drive the lane. No plays ran for him, no stat padding, just hustle, heart, and hard screens that left bruises. By year 2, he was starting next to Shaq and mentoring a rising star named Dwayne Wade. And in 2004-05, Haslem hit his statistical peak, 10.9 points, 9.1 rebounds, 54% shooting, and 80 starts for a team that made the East Finals. But if numbers told the full story, this documentary wouldn't exist. Haslem's value started becoming clear in 2006. That season, the Heat went all in, adding veterans like Gary Payton and Antoine Walker, and zeroing in on a title run. When the finals arrived and Dallas thought they had Miami figured out, Haslem had other plans. His defense on Dirk Nowitzki was like watching a pit bull guard a gazelle, relentless, suffocating, beautiful. Then came Game 6, the championship clincher, with 17 points on 8 of 13 shooting, 10 rebounds, and 41 minutes of pure championship DNA. Haslem helped deliver Miami its first NBA title, from undrafted nobody to NBA champion in 4 years. But here's the thing about true champions. They don't disappear when the lights dim. After 2006, Miami hit some rough patches. The team struggled, the wins dried up, and fair weather players started eyeing the exit. Not Udonis Haslem. In 2007-08, during a brutal 15-win season, he posted career highs, 12.0 points, 9.0 rebounds, 36 minutes of pure stubbornness. While others looked for trades or buyouts, UD stayed in the trenches, leading the team in rebounds and showing up like his life depended on it. His message was crystal clear: I don't run from fights, I finish them. In 2008, he dropped a career-high 28 points against Portland, reminding everyone he could still cook when needed. He grabbed double-digit rebounds 22 times that season and did all the dirty work, the screens, the charges, the rotations that made highlight reels possible for everyone else. By 2009-10, Miami was playoff ready again. Wade was in MVP form, and guess who was still there, holding it all together? When asked to come off the bench so Michael Beasley could start, most veterans would have thrown a fit. Haslem? He said, "Whatever wins games," and proceeded to average 9.9 points and 8.1 rebounds in just 27 minutes off the bench. During this stretch, he quietly passed Alonzo Mourning to become Miami's all-time leading rebounder, a record he still owns today. Wade called him the ultimate teammate. Spoelstra praised him for setting the team's emotional tone. These weren't championship years, but they were character-building years. And by 2010, with the Big Three arriving in South Beach, Udonis Haslem was about to prove that when superstars need a reality check, they call the guy who's been keeping it 100 since day one. With all the cameras pointed at the Big Three, one decision flew completely under the radar, but it screamed volumes about Udonis Haslem. Fresh off his best statistical year and with teams throwing money at him, including a $34 million offer from Denver, UD did something that shocked the basketball world. He turned it all down. Instead, he signed for significantly less to remain a role player on his hometown team, telling reporters with a shrug, "This is where my heart is." While other players chased bags, Haslem chased something bigger. But of course, nothing ever comes easy for UD. Just 13 games into the 2010-11 season, Haslem tore a ligament in his left foot. Surgery, rehab, uncertainty. At 30 years old, on a loaded roster, many assumed his championship window had slammed shut. But Udonis Haslem doesn't believe in closed doors. Fast forward to the Eastern Conference Finals against Chicago. After Derrick Rose and the Bulls destroyed Miami by 21 in Game 1, the Heat were in crisis mode. They needed toughness, they needed grit, they needed their OG enforcer. That was where Udonis came in. In just his second game back from injury, Haslem logged 23 minutes of pure vintage Heat culture. He dropped 13 points, posterized Keith Bogans with a thunderous dunk, and hit a clutch mid-range jumper that flipped the series script. Miami won in 5 games, and suddenly everyone remembered why you never count out a Heat lifer. That clutch comeback set the tone for everything that followed. During the lockout-shortened 2011-2012 season, while the Stars grabbed headlines, Haslem grabbed 7.3 rebounds per game in just 24 minutes. His scoring dropped to 6 points per game, but here's the thing about true impact players. They make everyone else better. The 2012 playoffs, pure UD theater. He battled Roy Hibbert's 7-foot frame, outmuscled Kevin Garnett's Hall of Fame intensity, and in Game 5 against Indiana, went a perfect 5 for 6 from the field when Miami's offense was flatlining. Against Oklahoma City in the finals, his box score looked quiet, but his job was beautifully violent, boxing out Serge Ibaka, rotating on drives, and setting screens that left Thunder players seeing stars. Miami won 4-1, and Haslem earned ring number 2. But 2013, that's when the legend reached its peak. After a war against Indiana in the Eastern Conference Finals, the kind of physical, bloody-knuckle series that separates champions from pretenders, Haslem delivered his masterpiece. In Game 3, with the series tied 1-1 and Miami's season hanging by a thread, UD erupted. 17 points on 8 of 9 shooting, automatic from the elbow, unconscious from mid-range. It was like watching 2006 UD possess 2013 UD's body. That explosion didn't just kill Indiana's game plan, it resurrected Miami's championship DNA. By season's end, Haslem had his 3rd ring and had officially graduated from role player to Heat royalty. Udonis Haslem's story isn't just about championships, it's about choosing your identity. For 20 seasons, he never led Miami in scoring or minutes, but he led them in something far more valuable: presence and toughness, in doing the work that ESPN won't show you, but championships demand from you. That's why he stayed when others left. That's why his jersey will hang in those rafters forever. And that's why every franchise in the league desperately wishes they had their own UD. He proved you don't need to be the face of a franchise to be the soul of it. And that's a message every young hooper needs to hear. UD didn't win 3 championships by chasing highlight reels. He built a career by seeing the gaps and filling them. Every team has scorers. What they're starving for is someone who solves problems, someone who masters the things nobody wants to do and makes them their signature move. Stop trying to go viral. Start trying to be vital. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe for more NBA content that goes beyond the highlights, and drop a comment letting us know which player's journey you want to see next. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.